Hi, I'm Deb Boulanger. I'm the founder of The Great Do-Over, and I work with professional women who are in midlife and looking to get the most out of their life, whether that's in their relationships with someone they love, if they're single or divorced and looking for the love of their life. I do group coaching, I lead retreats, and I do private coaching as well. And I also work with women who are looking to transition in their career. Perhaps there's something that they're more passionate about, but they have a little fear and trepidation about going there. So The Great Do-Over is my program for leading women through that midlife transformation. Before I started working with Kim and Lisa in this program, my business was fluctuating a lot. I felt like I was always reinventing the wheel, always starting over again. And every new program, every launch was like starting from scratch. And what I wanted was a solid foundation that I could really build upon, where I was building an audience and creating connection and creating relationships, so that when it came time to do a webinar or a group program launch, that the numbers were there at the level that I wanted for my business. So I wanted to attract and serve more people, but in order to do that, I needed to have a foundation in place that cultivated a relationship with them over time. Because what I noticed was most of the women who come on my retreats or join me in my group program have sometimes been on my list for a year or more. So it's all about the relationship, and they remember all these conversations and the blog posts that resonate with them. And I wanted to create a system around that so I could leverage my own time and engage more closely with my audience, with my clients. You know, it's no fun to not have a business that's performing, because there's so much effort that you're putting into these launches. I mean, launches are huge. It takes weeks and weeks of your time and weeks and weeks of your time to deliver on the output. And if you're only getting 3 or 4 people signing up for your program, and you're going to have to deliver it anyway, just think how much better it feels when you have 10, 12 people signing up for your program. It's better for them. It's better for you. You're feeling more abundant. So I was tired of those launches where there were 3 or 4 people signing up for a group program that I was going to deliver over 10 or 12 weeks. And yet I was really committed to those 3 or 4 people. So what I'm really excited about now is the way the numbers are trending. My launch will convert more like 10 or 12 people. And that's going to be a much more productive group for me and for everyone else involved. Knowing what to do is one thing, right? And anyone will tell you what to do. And you can even watch. You can watch the big names. You can watch Jeff Walker. You can watch Ryan Levesque. You can watch all of those guys do their launches, and you get what's in there. But the trick is in how to do it, and how to do it and not feel sleazy. You know, how to do it and not feel like you're compromising your values. And so when I wanted to create a funnel strategy, well, first of all, I didn't even know what that meant. Second of all, I didn't have all the pieces in place, because there are a lot of pieces. There's a lot of pieces of technology. There's a lot of pieces of strategy. There's a lot of pieces of content. And what I loved about what Kim and Lisa were promising was that you get to keep yourself, you get to keep your soul in this process of marketing and creating funnels. And that's what appealed to me about them the most. I mean, I've known Kim Carpenter for 17 years. Lisa was new to me, but the program that they created together really resonated with what I needed at that time. So I signed up for the Evolutionary Business Accelerator because I trusted. I had experience with Kim, and I saw what Lisa was doing because I was in a prior program of hers, and I knew it was going to be so packed with value and information, because Lisa and Kim together are masters at actually telling you how to do things and training you in a very, very effective way. And the other thing I liked was the community. Lisa and Kim are so effective at creating a community. So not only was it really effective training with very generous coaches who spent a lot of time in those group coaching sessions, but it was also the peer support. I mean, truthfully, I'm friends. I feel like I'm friends with everyone who is in that program, and not only do we support each other on the weekly assignments and tasks, but we really deeply care about each other and support each other in a personal way as well. So it was that combination of the generosity of the coaches, the effectiveness of the training, the real ease of use. I loved going on the learning platform and watching the videos and the downloads, and I could download them to my own Dropbox so I could keep them and watch them later. And the community support from everyone else was really, really a special experience. I miss it now that it's over. When Kim and Lisa get together and we're all on a Zoom conference together and we're sharing a Google Drive file and we're brainstorming my talk title, we're brainstorming the emails and the basic core premise of my value proposition. It's like priceless to get that much masterminding focused on your business from experts who see it from the outside in, and they deeply understand. What I love about them too is I've spent tens of thousands of dollars on mastermind programs and mentorship programs, and never, and I'm being so honest here, I have never ever had so much hands-on support and guidance. And it's not coaching, it's consulting, really. It's hands-on consulting. It's what you would get if you hired someone and said, come and do this with me, do this for me. I need your expertise. Give me the structure and help me do it right the first time. So that was really priceless. And I'm so excited. As of now, there's 500 people that have opted into my lead offer. And I used all the channels. I mean, I followed the advice to the T. I used my email channel. I used my SEO channel. I used my social media channel. And now I'm using an advertising channel. And to see those conversion rates go up. So when I first started, the first couple of weeks, I talked to Kim and I said, I'm getting a 4% conversion rate. Is that good? And she said, well, the experts will say, it's anywhere from like 4% to 10%. And she looked at my opt-in page and she said, well, I think you should change the color of the button. I think you should change this copy, move this here. And no lie, my conversion rate went up another 1.5%. So now it's consistently trending at 5.5%. So that type of advice that, you don't get that from a canned program, right? You're not going to get that from a video education program that has a massive group call once a month. It's not going to happen, that type of hands-on advice. So that's what's been the most valuable to me. And when it came to the actual build, so I'm sure you've heard, if you're not using Infusionsoft, you've heard about what a big monster Infusionsoft is. And while it's excellent in its logic and its prospect cultivation capabilities going in there, and I'm fairly technical, and I had a fairly technical VA, but she didn't know how to use Infusionsoft. So when I went to Kim and Lisa, they were so generous in sharing their resources. So now I'm working with the woman who actually supports Kim and Lisa in their funnel. So I have this confidence that I don't have to struggle. I know I'm doing it right. And I have incredibly talented resources that are backing me up at every step along the way. So that was invaluable too. And I found them to be very generous in that regard. So how I'm feeling about my business right now is super optimistic. So before, I was having retreats with 5 or 6, very intimate retreats, 5 or 6 women at a time. And now I have the scale and the infrastructure to build a much larger retreat. And I'm really looking to, in 2017, to have an event where there's 100 women in the room. Because now I have the relationships, now I have the scale, now I have the growing community that will support that type of event. And I'm just really super excited to scale my business on that level.